Despite that little punk Julius still causing a ruckus and just making you want to strangle a fool, Episode 11 of Wistoria not only does the thing, name drop. Now, not exactly saying Wistoria Wand and Sword, but dropping Wand and Sword, I didn't really consider it anything other than our boy was in a world which was mostly magic and he used a sword. But apparently it's way bigger than we ever realized. Apparently the whole wand and sword is something that needs to happen, and eventually we're going to merge them together in a more progressive future. Maybe they need wand and sword to match for whatever is outside the barrier that keeps them safe. A lot of information and speculation there. But the combination, and not just simply giving an enhancement to a sword, but consuming the sword with Sion's magic to deliver a killing blow to a 270 credit beast. What a freaking episode. You know I have those full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full length of thought and mind break in real time, it's over there exclusively. So, this was good. When you really take a step back and consider how many times Will has done these crazy action scenes, and how many of these episodes, like half of the frickin' show was episodes like these, where you're just like, did they really just animate it like that? Did they really give it that much level of detail? Because the production of this show is so much more than just a really well animated swing, or a really well animated casting of an attack. The creature they're going up against, the entire design of that thing is monstrous. It's hideous. It's evil looking. It's something that Satan would spawn. And that thing doesn't just stand in one spot and do hyper beam the whole time. That does seem to be its signature move, which I can't say I blame the guy. But the constant shift of, at one point, it gets down on all fours like it's about ready to launch like missiles out of its back. Like, it constantly is doing something different as all the characters are rushing and fighting for their life. And the fact that it wasn't just simply about letting your MC be the MC. A lot of these shows, it's like, okay, everyone's given up, everyone's full of despair, they're all going to die, they're shit out of luck, and of course the MC, being the MC, will do something. But Will couldn't do shit against this thing by himself. Indestructible wings, can't cut anything, and it's pretty much hopeless. But wand and sword together, a little bit different. This is something that I think not only works for a reason why they could win against this thing, but it opens the possibility for character development far more than any conversation could going forward. Now, a character like Sion and a character like Julius are always going to be hot-headed. Now, Julius is just a punk ass. Apologies to Julius fanboys, punk ass. But definitely is starting to see I mean, we granted him the Elfie cheat code book about how to use spells, so he did gain something, though it's not like he's going to want to be buddies with our boy. Sion is a tsundere, but goddamn, he's the Bakugo to his Deku, what else can you say? But the idea of Sion using his flames to consume his blade, and then Will using the blade, because something very important was mentioned in this episode is that Will is always scared because, unlike a mage, he can't attack from the distance. He has to get up close and personal, and that's why he's always terrified. It's kind of like a Hulk moment, you know? It's like, what's the secret? It's like, I'm always angry. For Will, he's always afraid. So the idea that on a mechanic level, we introduce something that's more than a simple enhancement, it's a consuming of the sword. This means that Will can't just be the one-man army. It is actually going to be a team effort, and he's going to need a party. He's going to need, magical support, stuff that he can't do. And the idea that this opens the eyes to a lot of them in this group to see that Will is not only more than that, but also magic is still important. This isn't about some dude surpassing magic. It's about wand and sword. And the flashback to whoever the hell that was, I mean, the idea that someone very powerful expects this to happen means, like, what the fuck? What? It's got to relate to what's ever behind the barrier. Because they got a whole big-ass barrier that protects them. I'm generally curious if magic isn't enough to defeat what's ever back there, and we need a mixture of magic and sword, and that's why that's the future, I assume. But, luckily, though, our boy's gonna pass. Because here's the thing, you're supposed to collect the old crystals and, turn them in for extra credits. Those two teachers saw our boy do the finishing blow. Sure, with help? Hell, I don't even care if we all get credit for it, but thank God, because imagine doing all this and the bitch-ass principal's like, you're 5 credits short. I'd be pulling out the sword right then and there and say, what you say, mofo? Like, hell no. Just the production was crazy. This is what I say, you can't just have great looking action if you don't care about the characterization, and the fact that the reason this felt so helpless and hopeless is that we've had so many times with Will as an MC feeling like he can handle anything this world throws at him, and for the first time I truly thought this was the moment that breaks him. Sion absolutely going crazy, like that frustration, it's more than just a frustration of, oh my god, this guy's scared, it's the frustration of the whole situation. Imagine beating someone's face like bloody and then he's just like, thanks boss, I'm so much happier. I'm like, I love him. Obviously the goggle thing screwed with him because, you know, it was a gift from his girl. But also it's like, you know, I'm pretty sure he needs it to see. He wears glasses normally, so, yeah. Just an interesting way to handle his fear. Though I do think this episode, I don't know if many people caught it, but like back 3 episodes ago when there was kind of like the, wait a second, is this boy's roommate actually like an Elfie clone? Because it seemed like it would make sense. This episode, I feel like, gives more credibility to that theory because, literally, this boy starts talking about shit that really sounds like Elfie's talking about shit. I think the theory makes sense, even more than it did prior to this episode, but maybe I'm reaching, I don't know. Either way, though, this show didn't let up. It was pure gas, and, you know, next week we should have the official confirmation for Season 2. If you know about anything about leaks and certain Twitter accounts and stuff, they confirm stuff well before the official, but they're always right when they confirm it. So what's probably going to happen is episode 12 will release, and they'll either announce this as a split core or just Season 2's in production, one of the other. Either way, though, despite this show not having as much material to adapt as something like Danmachi from the author, it still has material left to adapt, and this team is cooking, and I hope we get a similar situation to Eminence and Shadow, where the director wanted a very quick turnaround for extra seasons so that he could retain the staff that was working on it, and we saw how well that worked out for Eminence and Shadow. It's going to work out even better for Wistoria if they keep up this production. Thoughts down below, you know the drill, let me know what you're feeling down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're around here, of course ring the bell. Favorite moment, if you got any as well, I'd definitely love to know. I think my personal favorite was just that clean slit. Ooh, so gross, but you know what I'm saying. But also, while you're over on my Patreon, I also give out video shoutouts. Alright, so today we got Marion James E. Pisada, Emil Edberg, Azoff Montgomery, and we also have Migs021. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Screw Julius. Have a good one.